Have you ever learned one of the unwritten rules at work the hard way and thought to yourself,
maybe someone should write these down?
There are certain unspoken rules that should never be broken at work, unless you want to destroy your career. Today, I'm going to tell you exactly what those unwritten rules are and the secret strategy that will save you if you've accidentally broken one. Vanessa broke the first rule and she was fired quickly afterwards. Vanessa knew everything that happened at the company, especially when it came to her coworkers. She knew who the latest member of the leadership IC list was. She knew who was going to get promoted. She knew everything. Her knowledge didn't just make her feel powerful, it proved she was powerful at work. Her boss loved and leveraged the intelligence she gained. But it wasn't just her boss she spilled the secrets to. She also shared her intel with coworkers that she wanted to impress and befriend. Well, you probably know where this is going. One day she got some juicy intel about a leadership shakeup that was about to take place. She shared this information and then it subsequently got shared with the wrong person. Vanessa was instantly iced out by her boss, functionally demoted, and eventually got pushed out of the company, all because she broke this crucial rule. No, don't tell. Vanessa's issue was not that she was involved in the gossip. In fact, being in on the office gossip served Vanessa until she learned this rule the hard way. And perhaps if she also knew the second rule, she could have avoided setting herself up for failure. This one I learned when I wanted to move into leadership, but my boss hated me. I had made a big mistake, vented to a coworker about something, and that coworker went and told my boss's boss's boss. Naturally, this made my boss not like me at all. Now I was in a position where I wanted to get promoted, but my boss was my least likely advocate in the entire company. So side rule, don't vent about or try to take down your boss. It's not going to work out for you. However, I feel like that's one of the rules that we all generally know. Figuring out this rule helped me not only do damage control in general, it helped me stage myself for long-term success at the company. We love when we could do a big old 180. It was really quite simple. I identified the power players and their priorities. Knowing what was important to my boss, my boss's boss, and my boss's boss's boss allowed me to determine how I can make a unique and strategic impact that made reparations, but to put everyone, myself included, on the fast track for success. This role also helped me create relationships across my career that resulted in countless opportunities being created just for me. This approach is, of course, the exact opposite that most people would have taken in the situation. Instead, most people would have gone on to break the third rule and surrendered all of their power. Two of the topics that we talk about most often on my channel are coworker drama and office gossip. This next rule applies to both. Actually, this rule applies to everything, everywhere, all of the time, forever and ever. Let's say that your toxic coworker undermines you in a meeting. They say something like,
"Did you actually think that was a good idea when you said it out loud?"
Now I'm gonna give you two responses and you're gonna tell me in the comments which one you think is best. This is the best course of action. Let me explain why. As I was saying, here's the results that we expect to see with this course of action. In option A, I am reacting. I immediately went to justifying, arguing, and defending my idea, with absolutely no indication that anyone else had reservations at all. It's going to have the exact opposite effect that I want, and now as I argue, justify, and defend, more people are going to have questions. By reacting defensively, I have created doubt in the minds of everyone around me, which means I played directly into my toxic coworker's game. They made the statement to discredit me, and I argued their case. In option B, I didn't react. I didn't let them discredit me. Instead, I maintained power by continuing on with my point. Whether it's dealing with coworker drama like this or navigating office politics, if you are reacting, you are never going to win. Especially if you're reacting to dirty office politics and positioning, your reaction is exactly what they want, and it's never going to be in your best interest. There is something that can insulate you from dirty office politics so that you never have to worry about reacting in the first place. Thing is, even if you know this rule, there's a good chance you're intentionally breaking it and costing yourself career advancing opportunities. This rule is what I really attribute my corporate success to. It certainly wasn't one I wanted to follow, and it absolutely did not come naturally to me. But once I figured out how subtle it was to implement, it transformed my career from a rut to a rocket ship. You're gonna laugh when I tell you how to put this into practice. I've been an overachiever for a long time, but we can discuss that trauma response another time. I was excellent at my job, I had great performance reviews, and I was creating something phenomenal at the company, but no one noticed. I was working on product training at the time, so while I was always in front of people, well, at least virtually, I didn't really work directly with any of my coworkers at the company, and because of my role and time zones, my hours were a bit wonky. So no one really noticed me. Until one fateful day when a group of my coworkers were talking loudly outside the conference room where I was running a training, and it was a problem, that I started putting up a sign saying training in progress with one of those shh emoji type things on it. It just so happened that the conference room that I tended to book most often because of its availability happened to be next door to the CEO's office. All of a sudden, he's talking about what a great job the training team is doing and how he's hearing about the good job I'm doing. He wasn't actually hearing anything except for maybe a little bit of me talking through the office wall. All of a sudden, we have support from the leadership team, which makes our life so much easier. To be clear, nothing changed about the work I was doing. Just the sign. But what that sign changed was I was making my work conspicuous. Ever since that happened, I have gone out of my way, at least subtly, to make my work conspicuous. It's how I got promoted 5 times in 3 years. Which brings me to the secret strategy that is going to save your ass if you ever accidentally break one of these rules. Yet it's one the vast majority of ambitious professionals break on an almost daily basis, even though it's costing them pay, promotions, and praise. There is one thing that is going to protect you from toxic coworkers, nasty office politics, and from career devastation if you ever make one of these mistakes. Think of this as your get out of jail free card. Most people think that their results are the most important thing at work, but knowing Rule 4, you know that that's not true. Other people think that their network is their net worth. This is a cliche I hear so often that if I turned it into a drinking game and took a shot every time I heard it, I would be on the floor by 8:52 a.m. every single day. Thing is, your results, your network, your skills are all meaningless unless you cultivate the most important thing in your career. Your reputation. Your reputation is going to be what opens doors, earns you opportunities and connections, and will guarantee your career success or your struggle. Most people only worry about their professional reputation when their toxic coworker is trying to destroy it. But chances are, that coworker will not be the one to destroy it. You'll destroy your own reputation when you say one of these things you should never say at work unless you go watch this video right now.